1232.
Disregard, I see you fixed enough.
Rich DeMiro here, hanging out with you, talking technology at 888-RICH-101. That's 888-742-4101. Website for the show, richontech.tv. If you need a link to something I mentioned, you'll see a big red banner at the top of the website there, and you'll get the links in real time to what I talk about. And you can find me on Instagram at richontech, where I'll tell you what I posted this week. What I posted to Instagram. Actually some fun stuff. If you live in the LA area, or maybe any state that had these, do you remember something called Thomas guides? These were like maps that you would, this was before Google Maps. And you would flip through these pages to find things on these maps. And so I posted, I was going through my phone and I forgot that I recorded this video. And it was basically someone was showing me these Google Maps, these Thomas Guide maps that I remember, but I forgot about. And so I guess a lot of people forgot about them or remembered them. So that's kind of, going a little bit viral, which is surprising because it's just so silly. Then I was down in Baldwin Park, California, site of the first In-N-Out Burger. If you don't live in California, In-N-Out Burger is a huge part of California, and probably maybe like the West Coast, but especially LA. It's a quality food at a great price. And people are always friendly, and it's clean, and it's nice. And so I was in Baldwin Park for a story, and they have like a little museum of the original In-N-Out Burger. And it was so cool. So I stopped and I recorded some video, and I posted that to my Instagram. And then, I did a story on this VR flight training. So they're now using virtual reality to train helicopter pilots. And so instead of this giant expensive flight simulator, they use VR, which is more realistic, it's cheaper, and I got into this thing, and I will be honest, I was actually a little bit apprehensive. I said to the guy before we started, I said, look, if this gets too realistic, because they started me out on a helicopter on top of a building in downtown LA, and I was going to fly off the building, and I was like, if this gets too realistic, can I just rip this headset off? He's like, yeah, you'll be fine. It really was realistic. And then last night, I guess there's a lot of burgers this week. We went to something called Burger King Whopper World. This was it's like a pop-up. I don't know, these companies do this stuff, but it's just, it's like a promotion. I guess Burger King's doing some sort of promotion where you build your own Whopper, and then someone's going to win like $1 million. And so last night they had like a little party. We went to it with the kids. It was a lot of fun. We ate a Whopper, and it was great. You could put some random toppings on it. But they had, one thing that was cool, they had this like tablet where you can type in the toppings for your Whopper, which could be anything you wanted. And they were using AI to generate an image of the Whopper with those toppings. So if you put like gummy bears or sprinkles or chocolate chip cookies, it would make an image of the Whopper with that, and then they printed it out on a t-shirt. And so I almost wore my Burger King t-shirt today, but this is in Santa Monica at the pier, so it's happening this weekend in Los Angeles. Anyway, Google Photos is getting a new feature. It showed up on my phone last night, which means it may show up on your phone any day now. Google Photos, of course, is my favorite photo app, and they now have a feature called Stacks. This is something I have been waiting for forever, because I take a bunch of pictures. So if someone says, hey, take a picture or whatever, or take a picture of the kids, I just snap that picture like 1,000 times, because the storage is cheap and you want to make sure you get the shot. But the problem is when you go through your photos, there's like so many in a row, and it becomes very stressful because you don't want to pick out the best ones. You gotta like zoom into everyone's face, make sure it looks all, which one they're smiling, which one their eyes are open. And so now Photo Stacks will group similar photos taken together, and it will put the best one at the top, and it'll say the best pick or something like that. And so you can, of course, see all the other photos, but if you're scrolling through your pictures, instead of rolling out now iOS and Android, Google Photos, Photo Stacks, so now when you see it on your phone, you will be prepped for it. Let's go to Victor in Santa Barbara, one of the most beautiful places in California. Victor, you're on with Rich.
Hey, Rich, thanks for taking my call.
It's 133 status. .1233 status. Clear. Central from engine 11. You show all Hamburg units clear back in service, cleared by LCA. Hamburg units back in service. Close the call. 1511.
check other email addresses as well. So no problems there. Victor in Santa Barbara, thanks for the call today. Do appreciate it. Phone number is 888-RICH-101, 888-742-4101. Speaking of the iPhone, there is a new malware going around for the iPhone called Gold Pickaxe. And apparently this steals your photos, your text messages, it even tries to get your banking info. The good news is this is not completely widespread right now. This is mostly happening to folks in Vietnam and Thailand, but of course, because the